This segment of DelmarvaLife is sponsored by Tidal Health.
It can be a confusing and frustrating thing to experience, and I think we've all been there. You have a few questions about your health, so you pull up your web browser and start typing away. Well, unfortunately, most of the time you're not going to get the information that you need.
No, but you'll probably end up going down a rabbit hole of confusing facts without any concrete knowledge and just end up being worse off than before. But what if there was a singular destination for reliable and trusted articles, videos, and podcasts that can be a practical addition to your personal health? Well, we're in luck, because that's exactly what Get Well Delmarva is all about. And here to explain is Vanessa Junkin. She is the marketing coordinator with Tidal Health. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Yes. First of all, what is Get Well Delmarva?
Yeah, so it's a health and wellness website that is powered by Tidal Health. And like you were saying, like, you don't always know which information you can trust that you find online regarding your health. But Get Well Delmarva is a trusted source of information. So we have a lot of our practitioners writing articles or contributing to articles written by people like me, like I'm talking to them as sources and things like that. So you know that it's reliable health information that you're getting.
Wonderful.
So if I go to the website and maybe I have a concern or an issue, where do I start? What do I find there?
Yeah, so we have various different topics. There's like 4 main headers, which are health, wellness, mind and mood, and tune in. So tune in is where you can find videos and podcasts. And then the other ones are mostly written articles, but we try to make it easy to understand. Like, even if it is written by a practitioner, it's written in layman's terms that any of us could understand, and we break things out in different boxes. And then under each of those categories, there are specific concerns. So if you have a question about bones and joints, or about diabetes, or about immunizations or something like that, you can click on one of those categories to learn more about that.
Now, we have had Dr. Taboo, or we at least talked about Dr. Taboo on the show before. It's a podcast. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the Dr. Taboo podcast you can access through the Get Well Delmarva website, or you can access it on a variety of other podcast apps where you would get your podcasts. And each of the episodes of the podcast, it has Dr. Taboo, who is Dr. Chris Snyder, and then we have Tony Weig, and the two of them have like a fun conversation, but they're about sometimes some uncomfortable topics. So it could be about sores, like we just saw, or it could be about vomiting, or it could be like things that you might not want to talk to your doctor about, but they're still important health topics. Like they might be a little uncomfortable, but they kind of break it down in like a fun and understandable way.
Yeah.
Another great way to approach all the uncomfortableness, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So you do some fun things during the holidays. You just did Thanksgiving and Halloween. What do you got coming up with an elf, I understand, for Christmas?
Yeah, so we had a contest around Easter or really around the spring, where it was Find the Bunny. So a bunny would like pop up throughout the site, and people seem to enjoy that. So we are bringing back the Find the Elf contest. We didn't do it last year. I think we did it the previous year. So there's going to be a little cartoon elf that will be popping up on the site starting in December. And then if you find the elf while you're looking at the different stories and podcasts, and you click on it and you just fill out your name and email, and then we'll be picking some winners to win some Get Well Delmarva swag.
That's wonderful. So how can people hook up with Get Well Delmarva, maybe connect with a practitioner?
Yeah, so on the site, if they're written by a practitioner, you can like click on their bio to learn more about them. Also, a lot of articles have an expert on the side, so that is one of the practitioners that's related to that topic. And then a lot of the articles also have a box at the bottom. For example, if it had something to do with primary care, and it's like, do you need a primary care practitioner? You know, go here. So we try to make it easy for people to connect with us. And then if anybody has any articles or ideas that they're interested in learning about, they can always reach out to us, and we're always happy to help somebody get to the person that they need.
Get Well Delmarva. It's a wonderful new, I guess not very new, but it's a wonderful way to get the information you need. Vanessa Junkin, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.